What's up, guys? Welcome to Resume Game Episode 10. My name is Lee. I'm joined by Mike, a.k.a. Pogo Stick, a.k.a. Slim Jim. And tonight we are talking...
A.k.a. English Muffin.
Sure.
Yeah.
English Muffin
Nooks
Pogo
and
Stick.
crannies. Next.
And this is our 10th episode. Oh, we hit it. Double digits. We did it.
Double digits.
We made it. We made it further than most podcasts
Digital
do.
monsters. Double digits.
Oh, well, we should celebrate.
Celebrate. Great. Someone get me some booze.
Ooh. I don't think we have time for that. Anyway.
The only time Gabby's got the money. This is great news.
We are talking about games we would like to see localized because Japan hogs all the best games. I'm just going to jump out.
Yeah, because real fast before we go into this, let me just spew some nonsense real fast. So I was actually talking to our guy Mario actually today about this just briefly, and I was saying something to him, and we kind of were like a bit off sync on it because he's younger than myself. So I'm going to ask you. So okay, we're talking about localization, which to be localized means that a game is being ported to another country and localized in that country. In other words, people natively in that country can enjoy the game in their language, not trying to figure out like I did buy an import a long time ago of doing the anime Slayers. And I had Slayers 2 for the Dreamcast, which was a turn-based RPG full in Japanese. Yeah. Okay, so anyway, okay, back years and years ago, when this whole idea of that games come from other countries, like, you know, back in like Nintendo and like, you know, Sega Master System days, you didn't really think of that. You were just like, oh, they just came from somewhere in like America, obviously, right? Just, you know, magically appeared. So, but when games were coming over, back when I was younger, we didn't say, oh, it's going to be localized. We said they're being ported over.
Right.
Which now, as you know, Mario had pointed out, port is now referring to when a game is on one console and now it's going to another console.
Right. Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
and that's
use that term for that.
For a split second, I was fascinated by that because I'm like, that's absolutely true. You say that's being ported also to the Xbox One, ported to the PS4 or whatever. You know, you never said that back in the day. Oh, the game's come to the States. It's being ported. So it's just interesting because localization really was a term then too, but it's just interesting how the terminology changed and adapted.
Technically, you would use the word imported.
Right, but you would say
which is different
ported,
than
right?
ported.
Exactly, because importing is obviously the action of bringing in the
right.
product.
When you say porting, I do think of jumping console,
right?
Jumping platforms.
Because before, but you would say, "Oh, it's being ported." Like you heard that there was like a slang. It was interesting. That was interesting to me.
Yes.
So, but anyway, enough of my nonsense. You are leading the truck on this one because I have a little bit of input for once in my life, but not too much. So we'll let you steer the truck because otherwise, I'm going to be like, I'll be driving a truck. I'll be like, "Oh, cool." I'll make go through the first traffic light. You'll be like, great job, Mike. I'll be like, oh, tree. And then we go off a cliff. So I'll let you drive.
All right. Well, I'm going to kick it off with freshly picked Tingle's Rosy Rupee Land.
What the hell is
Never
that?
Heard of that? Never heard of that?
Wait, say it again?
Freshly picked Tingle's Rosy Rupee Land.
Freshly pickled.
Picked. Freshly picked.
Freshly picked.
Tingle's Rosy Rupee
Tingles. What rupees? Wait, what?
Rosy Rupee
I got
Land.
it.
Okay.
Freshly picked Tingle's Rosy. Is it the Tingle?
Oh, yeah.
It is
From
the
Zelda
Tingle. Oh,
games. Yep.
shiz. What is this all about? Hold on.
It was on DS.
I see.
It was a weird game. I wish they had ported it over. Here's the plot.
Well,
Here's a little bit of the plot.
Okay, go ahead, talk. I'm going to be doing my random research as usual.
So, the plot of Freshly Picked Tingle's Rosy Rupee Land follows Tingle's transformation from a rather ordinary middle-aged man into his green-clothed fairy persona. The story starts when one day a voice calls Tingle from his home to a spring west of his house.
This is ridiculous.
There, Uncle Rupee, an old man with a rupee-shaped head, appears and offers Tingle a life in a paradise called Rupee Land if he continues to feed rupees to the western pool. So the game is pretty much dungeon crawling to collect rupees to make this tower build.
that chef looks messed up. That dude should
But-
never become a chef. I don't know what I'm
Yeah.
looking at, but he should never become a chef, man. That guy can't be asking me for dinner, which apparently is bones. I'd be like, no.
I think there was like weird things in it that made it not get localized to the US, like butts and stuff, like weird.
Butts are prominent. Butts. So let's
Just
talk
some really
about
weird shit.
butts. So we're going to bring up an old example that I've always talked about with old video games. We might mention this in a past podcast, but I'll keep it short. I remember when I was a kid reading, maybe it was Game Pro, and at the end of the issue, there was always like a quick page about what's going on in Japan, and they would just note bizarre things. And the one that always stuck out to me was an arcade game. And I forget what it was called, couldn't tell you. But the purpose of the game was that you're a proctologist. Yes, you can go to an arcade
Nice.
Japan and spend your hard-earned money playing a game where you are a proctologist. Now, you know, you didn't need a joystick. They one up that sauce for you. Where it looked like the standard arcade, you know, what is it called? Arcade booth? What's the term for the actual
Cabinet.
structure? Cabinet, yes. So you had an arcade cabinet, and you know, there's a screen and everything. Now, I didn't see the gameplay footage because they took a shot at the actual machine, because that's what the story is. And in the front of the console, where you would probably put, you know, like you'd play with your joystick and everything. No, there was a plaster of an ass. It is a buttocks, right on the
Buttocks.
square. It says like this.
Buttocks.
It's just this white buttocks just chilling there, and there's a hole in it. There's a hole. Right where the hole would be in said buttocks, right? If you're a healthy person, and there was this
Well,
device.
where would it be if you're not a healthy person?
I don't know, and that's the and I don't know. So you know, so at least you know the normal
little
format looked like it was there.
concerned.
So you have this little handle thing that you hold with both hands, and it literally was like this molded base that you put your hands into. It looked like, and there was literally a, you know, kind of looked like maybe like a nose, like a real long nose, but it was just like a rod. And you would insert said rod into said buttocks.
Your poking rod.
And apparently you play the game.
Oh,
and I
God.
don't know anything about it, but there's some mighty good localization we need. Next.
I'm gonna have to check that out. When
Well,
I
you're
go
back to
Japan
Tingle
now.
here.
You
I'm
said
so
that's
sorry,
in,
audience.
You said that's in Japanese arcades.
It was, but mind you, I saw this article and it was like, goodness me, 20 years ago. So, you know, yeah.
I would love to play that on my trip to Japan. soon.
Look, I'm looking more at about Tingle's, Freshly Pickled Tingles
Tingles-
Rosy Rupee Land. Freshly
so-
Pickled Tingles Rosy Rupee Land.
Yeah, this is interesting. Here's some stuff about the combat.
Okay. There's
Uh,
combat in this. I didn't see that so far. Here we go.
Instead of having a large amount of direct input into the battles within Tingle's Rosy Rupee Land, the player simply engages an enemy, at which point both Tingle and the enemy character turn into a ball of dust as they fight. Then the player can either
Is that what I was looking at? Okay.
then the player can either tap the screen to rally support for Tingle or use the D-pad to move the fight around the screen.
Yes, I'm looking
it's
at it right
very
now.
not Zelda-esque.
No, it's
At
not.
all.
At all. It's literally just
But
bumbling,
it's just
tumbling.
one of those really weird, kooky Japanese games that I wish that came over here.
I'm just glad that Tingle's appearance is totally in effect in this game. He just looks exactly the way he should.
While they're at it, they may as well import Tingle's Balloon Fight. There was another
Ooh.
DS game.
Yeah?
It's just Balloon Fight with Tingle.
Oh, okay. That's all it is? Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool,
But-
though. I mean, why not?
Yeah,
you have
it's
your
cool,
own
Tingle
IP on a classic game, sure.
But one of the reasons they didn't port it over here was because Tingle's so hated by the U.S. Customer base.
Really?
no
He
one liked
is?
him.
I'm fascinated by
People
him.
were pissed off by him.
Really? Why?
But
Because-
he's a huge hit in Japan, though.
Yeah, I understand why people hate him over here.
I don't
I mean,
know.
I don't think he's awesome, but
I like him.
yeah, I
He's
mean, it wasn't like
interesting.
detracted. I mean, if anything, I thought they had to develop the character more.
Yeah.
I think just having the
I mean,
bizarre
he wasn't,
fairy
he wasn't
like that
such a
isn't
huge
enough.
part of the game that,
Yeah.
that you had to hate him.
Yeah,
he was just
right.
there to sell you maps.
Yeah,
in
right.
Majora's
right.
Mask
No,
and-
I thought it was interesting. Yeah, oh,
Yeah.
well, whatever. Yeah.
But here's another game. Interestingly, did not get released in the U.S. It's called Metal Wolf Chaos.
Metal Wolf Chaos.
It was for the original Xbox. It's actually about the U.S. president piloting a Gundam-like mech
Oh, I heard about
to
this.
destroy his enemies.
Yeah, because isn't it like his job to like save the world or something like that? Yeah.
Well,
like,
he has to fight his arch nemesis, the vice president,
yes. Yes. Excellent.
while shouting stuff like "suck on my missile."
Yes. Okay.
It's weird that a game like that wouldn't come out here.
Well, I mean, just price. You know what? I'm not even entertaining. You know what? I almost gave you actual Back to your question. I will not entertain you, sir. I'm just
Oh,
looking
come
at
on.
gameplay.
Come on, give it to me. What were you gonna say?
I have to admit, the game doesn't look bad. What was this supposed to be on?
Xbox, original Xbox.
Okay, yeah. This actually doesn't look
Let's
like
see.
a bad game.
The game revolves around a fictional president of the United States named Michael Wilson. Using a suit
Yes.
of powered armor named Metal Wolf, he battles forces who have taken over his country in a coup d'etat, including
Metal
his
Wolf!
including his nemesis, Vice President Richard Hawk,
Yes, yes.
who probably
Yes.
pilots a Metal Hawk.
In fact, I am going to bet $5 to my own soul right now that I think it was Mario that told me about this. I have a very strong feeling.
Probably.
It is.
Mario
I think
knows
so.
all the weird
He knows
games.
a lot of stuff, man. He knows a lot of stuff. I learned a lot of things. I learned a couple things today. So, but
You
speaking
got any
of
games
which,
throwing?
well, real fast. I'm thinking here. I'm looking at this game. You asked me a question. I totally ignored you. So, what was your question?
What do you got?
Okay, so as we all know, I am ill prepared as usual. Thank you, audience.
always.
And doing my research of random bumbling stumblings, I actually found something. So I don't know if you were going to mention this or not. Did you have Ace Attorney on your list?
Did not.
Okay, so let me talk about this. I didn't know that there were 2 games recently made, which is like years ago now, recently made, for, it looks like they're both for the 3DS, I think, and they never came to the States, and I was pretty blasted surprised.
That's a pretty popular series over here.
Yeah,
isn't it?
and then the thing, see, what the problem is, Capcom America hasn't really been supporting the series. They're dumping their money to other more mainstream titles because there is a following for this game. As we all know, Dual Destinies, I think, was the last one that came out, and that was a download only from the Nintendo eShop, where it's called. And so and I had that game, and some people cried about it because they really want to have their box collection. But the fact they at least offered it as digital download was awesome. It was actually called bucks cheaper as a result. So, but I did not know that after Dual Destinies came out that their support of the game diminished over here, which is really disturbing because it's a really good series. So what I noticed here is this one, which was released in 2015, Gaikuten Saiban Naruhodo Ryunosuke no Boken, I think is how it's pronounced, but I probably butchered it. It actually is a game. I'm not big on the premise because I like the world the game is in and its characters. They made this a prequel. Takes place in the Victorian era, and it's about Phoenix Wright's great ancestor who is trying to also become an attorney in those times. So you're doing the same exact thing just with characters from that era. Okay, so they do a bit of Victorian. I'm looking at the game work. There's like a Sherlock Holmes thing, but he's from the Meiji era of Japan. So you had those 2 cultures mixed together. I don't know much about the game. All I know is that yes, if I wasn't big on it, I'd still buy it, and that's the bottom line. The other game actually was released for the DS.
Really?
DS. Okay, because as people don't know, Ace Attorney was a DS first game. Most of the attorneys came out for 3DS in America. Okay, as they start porting, localizing them over. So I did not know this, but now in all the games you pretty much played as Phoenix Wright until you had Apollo come out in the later parts of the series where you play as him. But there was the other one was yes, I know. Yes, I know. I have folks here chilling with us, whispering the answers to me, and I do know the answers. Thank you. And the other one was Miles Edgeworth, who is the prosecutor and the arch rival of Phoenix Wright, and he actually had a game come out called Perfect Prosecution. So, but the thing is, and you could buy that, play that. Well, that game came out a long time ago. What I didn't know until like 5 minutes ago was that a second Miles Edgeworth game came out. Ace of Attorney Investigations 2 came out 2011. Comcast has no Capcom had no interest in bringing that game to the States, and they still haven't. And there's actually like little like things on the internet with this because
I never played those games.
They're fun. If you're looking for gameplay, go somewhere else. It is a click and point, figure it out, right? Trial and error, whatever. It is a, prove that whoever's on the stand has a lie, figure out the lie.
Wait, you're talking about the Phoenix Wright games, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Ace Attorney is the series. It's the Ace Attorney series, but
I wasn't sure.
Over here, we refer to it as Phoenix Wright because it's Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. But in Japan, it is Ace Attorney. Over here, we really push the Phoenix Wright for the catchy name. Okay, so but yeah, I didn't know that there was this second game from Miles Edgeworth, and they're all the same type of game, except Miles Edgeworth, because he's a prosecutor, he's more about going to the crime scenes and find evidence and stuff and blah blah, because his job is more to figure out if someone is indeed guilty, where obviously Phoenix has to prove their innocence. And no, they're fun games because the characters are all pretty well designed. They all have an interesting air about each of the characters in the game, and there's a lot of clicky humor.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, one of the things I actually love was like one line, for example, was in one of the games it was the magician. And when you finally caught the magician's lie, he'd always would say, Alakazam, Alakazam. So he's finally caught. He goes, Alakazam. Oh my God. So it just says Alakazam, OOOMG. I absolutely love it. I love it. I'm like, it's just this hokey humor, very, very, tongue in cheek. But it does well for the game. The reason why there's a stalling effect, perhaps in America, is because Capcom is probably looking at, well, how are these games going to be different going forward? Will the American base just buy it again because it's out? Because really there wasn't much differences between one game to the next. We went to 3DS, officially a 3DS title. They used some of the 3DS mechanics, but that was about it. So, but it was a very, very good game. Great series. I recommend it to everyone as a game to play when you're laid back. Don't be expecting intensity or anything like that. It's not like that at all. It's a very casual play game, but I recommend it to everyone. Yeah. So, like I said, 2 games, this series, I didn't know, and I would buy both of these if it was out. I could never buy them in Japan because I'm not going to know what the devil's going on if that stuff ain't in English. I'm out of luck. Folks.
You don't know what you're objecting to.
No, I'll just be saying everyone's guilty every single moment. So. Oof. So what else we got here? What's next?
Oh, I was gonna mention the Gomon series. I wish more of those games had been localized over here because there was a lot. There was a lot in Japan. Yeah, we got maybe 4 over here.
I think so.
We got 4 of them.
Yeah.
And there were 4 alone for the Super Nintendo. We only got 1.
Sure.
And
there's that many.
I mean, the reason the other 3 didn't
were they
come
all
over
too
here
much of the same?
They got.
Or they more? Or they too cultural referencing?
Yeah. And I think they just got too weird for US
Because
audiences.
you could get that type of punchy humor, and the people here would be like, "Oh, what?"
Yeah, because you know Abysamaru.
What?
Abysamaru, the guy with the blue hair.
Yes.
Yeah, like he becomes like he's confused about his gender in like the Super Nintendo games, like the other ones.
Which I can kind of get. Yeah,
like,
okay.
He'll start attacking like wearing a tutu and like doing ballet moves.
Nice.
So I think a lot of it was just too weird for US audiences.
I could get that.
The first one.
And you don't want. You don't want to bring a game out just to be greeted with floods of complaints from the viewing audience or gaming audience or whatever. Yeah, totally.
There was one on the DS in 2005 that never came over here. I don't know what was up with that, but it just wasn't a very appreciated series over here, I guess. Or it was. It's got a cult following, but
yeah.
And just it wasn't. Sure. It just wasn't marketed that well.
Yeah, I got you.
And here's another one.
Yes.
You ever heard of The Mystery of Murasame Castle? It was on the NES.
Okay.
It was a Zelda-style game.
Okay.
And actually, I don't know too much about it. I'm reading it up on it right now. It's supposed to.
Got it.
I think they didn't.
Mystery of Murasame Castle. Okay, so I'm looking at it.
If you look at the artwork, it looks just like Zelda.
I am clicking. and I'm looking at some footage, and it
Said
sure looks like Zelda,
yeah.
just in like feudal Japan times.
It said Zelda overshadow it. That's why it wasn't released over here.
I see. Except you have like shurikens that shoot in multiple directions, and you swing your sword, and it looks like you have. Oh, what else we got here? I see lots of weird glowing bad guys that look like turtles on like steroids. I see all sorts of random colored ninjas. I see white, black, blue, red, a lot of red. Looks like you got like Shogun warriors in this piece, and it looks like there's some sort of boss fight. And oh, the guy turned invisible. A sneaky guy. You got our dudes swinging around pole staffs and pole arms, whatever. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'd play this. I'm not really sure. I'm looking at it.
It looks like it's geared more towards the Japanese market.
I get it. I see what I'm looking at. I get it. Would I really be like amped to play this? Oh, I don't know about that.
Oh, here's a game that was never released over here. You ever heard of Mario and Wario?
Yes, I have, but I only know of it loosely.
It used the mouse and the mouse pad from the Super Nintendo.
Really?
It was a game about
So
Mario.
was it just about swatting flies?
No.
Okay.
You have to guide Mario through a level with a bucket on his head. So it goes, Mario and Wario focuses on Mario, who has various objects, including buckets and vases, placed atop his
This
head
is a good-looking game.
by the antagonist Wario. Because the objects render Mario sightless, it is the main goal of the player to guide Mario through
so
each
it's
level.
kind of like Lemmings-ish.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Which consists of various obstacles and traps to his brother Luigi, who
This
can
is not a
remove...
bad-looking game, I
offending
gotta
object.
say. I'm looking at it. It's not a bad-looking game at all, man.
I actually played it a little bit of a ROM a long time ago. Yeah, it's just a point-and-click guide Mario. With
It
bucket.
is. You go over the obstacles and so forth. Yeah, because he can't see where he's going because there's a bucket. And in case you don't know who put the bucket on him, it has the purple W on it, just so everyone knows.
Of course.
And you get to end the stage, and Luigi rips off the bucket, and everyone's happy. Nice.
Yeah, I wonder why
Because
it wasn't,
Luigi, hey, now see, time for a gripe. Why is it that Luigi refuses to help his brother at all? He just stand there pacing back and forth at the goal sign while, like, you're the one that has to be, like, Mario's, like, therapist here to guide him through life.
I think an even bigger question is, why can't Mario just take the bucket off his head himself?
Well, I'm going to say that's a directorial decision because Luigi has purpose. Because when you get to Luigi, he takes it off for him. So maybe there's like
Mario's just being lazy then.
or high. I don't know. I mean, what does he see under the bucket? Maybe he sees something far more awesome than we would underneath the bucket. I don't know.
Maybe he does.
Yeah, I don't know. So anyway, interesting little game. I probably would play this. It looks like a fun little game. Wow. Yeah, I didn't notice it's out. Okay. So
This next one's a cop-out, kind of, because it was imported here. I'm going to say Okami HD.
yeah.
Because
So
it
what's
was
your point?
released here, but digitally. And this is just me being a nitpicky nerd, but the physical release, I wish came over here because the box art was just so beautiful.
Sure, I get you. Sure, right. That was a good game.
Yeah, I'd
I
like
like
to go back
Okami,
and play
yeah.
it. I never finished it.
I'll never die. No.
I heard it's coming to PS4, though, this year.
Yeah, I thought
A
I read
physical
that.
release.
Okay, yeah. Which would be interesting to see. Yeah.
And one game I'm going to mention for you,
Meh.
since you haven't brought it up yet,
Yep.
is Shinobi.
Shinobi how?
Didn't you say like two of them didn't get ported over, just the third one or something?
Oh, did I
no,
say
not
that?
Shinobi, not Shinobi. I'm sorry.
I'm like, damn, I
Wrong
hardly
game.
know what I say
Wrong
anymore,
game.
people.
Shining Force, I meant to say.
Yeah, what about Shining Force? Oh, yeah, well, I didn't have Shining Force. I wasn't even thinking of that because I talked about that in prior games, in prior episodes. So I was
Well, they
thinking
only
of
ported one of them
different
over, right?
things that they're like new to me finding out. No, Shining Force, absolutely. So like we said, you have a Genesis. You could buy Shining Force 1. Then Shining Force 2 came out a lot later for the Genesis, at least an American release. And because Shining Force 1 was in like the Generation 1 Genesis cartridges, which was like the black box, like a mini VHS box, and it would just have like, the plastic on the outside. The insert just goes inside the plastic there, just to wrap around the graphic and everything is like the kind of basic artwork that was used for a lot of the old Genesis games. And then Shining Force 2 came out, and that was out later on, like around the same time as Phantasy Star 4, where an X-Men, when, if you know what I'm talking about, remember they eventually came out in those red boxes. They're slightly bigger. And the box, if you look it up, it's just like it was like the red Genesis box.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, because it was no longer that nice plastic, it was cardboard. You had to flip it open and rip out the games in this little holder, kind of like when you buy computer software in a store and you have this huge box, you open it up, it's just a disc and a little holder in there, it's like that, And then Shining Force 3 came out, and like I said, that was a Dreamcast? No, Saturn. That was a Saturn.
Was it Saturn?
I believe it was.
I thought they were all Genesis.
That was Saturn, because Shining Force 3 was for the that was for the Saturn, if I'm not mistaken. It was, and the point of it was that with that game, it was to be bigger games, more content. So that's why they want to try a new system. And it was a 3-part thing. In fact, I'm looking now and I see that I see translations. Are these fan-produced translations? Yes, they are. So there are people that have done fan translations of these games.
Yeah.
Wow, I'd love to play them.
There's always dedicated people that do that.
I mean, because it's so text heavy, though.
That's the only way I played Mother 3.
Oh, look at this game. My God. The graphics were very brutal, because it was kind of experiment where, when you were doing the fight, lining up your troopers on the field and everything, it was just an update from the older graphics. But then when the fights go in, it's no longer these nice 2D sprite designs. It's early 3D polygonal attempts, so it's kind of rough looking. But still being able to see it is really cool, and I'm watching this, and I want to play this right now. But I'm not. I gotta tell people I'm not a ROM guy. Never have been.
No.
It's just not my thing. It's not my thing. I'd rather own what I have. And is there a way I can buy this, or is it because of fan translation it's legit to play? Because I just, because I would love to play this. I would want to play this right now. I would go right back into this.
Dude, what was really cool that would have been awesome to have in the U.S.? Have you heard of the Super Nintendo Saddle-A-View?
Huh?
It was an add-on for the Super Nintendo.
What's it called?
Saddle-A-View.
Satellite view? Or
Saddle-A-View. Well, satellite. Yeah.
Satellite
view. But it's called Saddle-A-View.
Saddle-A-View. Oh, I see. It says satellite. It's Saddle-A-View. I see. Okay, so I was trying to understand what the devil you were saying to me. I'm like, what? Is he mumbling? What the hell are you saying to me?
It was
okay. Saddle like a horse? We put a saddle.
No. Like satellites.
Go for a ride with my system? Go ahead. Yeah. Okay.
Like satellites. Saddle-A-View.
Yeah.
It was a satellite service.
Yeah.
Is a satellite service for the Super Nintendo that lets you download extra games and special limited time games you can play for a week and then they go away.
Wait, connect to how? A satellite?
Through satellite.
Feed?
Yeah.
What?
Mm-hmm.
It's linked?
They would release a new
what the hell?
A new game every week. And it would be available for that week.
SNES. Holy what? See, I don't pay attention to things, people. I just don't. I'm looking at it.
They released a full 16-bit remake of the original Zelda.
Yeah.
The NES on there. There was a Kirby game. There was a Chrono Trigger add-on.
This is crazy. I didn't know this existed.
You never saw that?
Released in 1995. Okay, and it was okay. Wasn't that much money either.
It was kind of like DLC, early age.
That's crazy.
Early times DLC.
Games are offered. Blah blah blah.
And there was actually a new Zelda game called Ancient Stone Tablets.
Okay.
Yeah, there was a lot of cool stuff.
I didn't know this even existed. That is crazy. Now, see, that's really cool.
Yeah, Ancient Stone Tablets. It takes place 6 years after A Link to the Past. I think it uses the same engine and everything. Mm-hmm.
Wait, hold on. Okay, so
I think they just remixed the dungeons and stuff, though. I don't think it's really that new and amazing. Actually,
no, but I'm looking right now because I didn't know, and here it is. Okay, let's take a look. The things that I don't know.
Yeah, dude, Japan gets all the best stuff. They hog it all.
It does seriously look like it's just a rehash, yes.
Yeah, but still, though, man, it's like...
Yeah. I mean, the fact that it exists is
that's
cool.
cool.
It is
a service
rehash.
like that exists in Japan.
It's
That's
cool.
cool.
I'm looking at this. This is a rehash and then some. So I'm not really sure, to be honest. But, I mean, is it... Yeah, this is definitely in Rehash Valley. I'm not sure if it's enough for me to say.
You don't even play as Link too.
I noticed that.
I'm looking at some like little girl with
yeah,
pigtails.
like who? Like who's that? Is that like Linkette? Is that Linkette?
Linkette.
Linkette.
There is a female Link called Linkle.
Related to Tingle? Linkle and Tingle? Linkle my Tingle. I'm sorry. What now? Linkle.
Yeah,
Who's
Linkle.
Linkle?
She was DLC for Hyrule Warriors.
Really?
She uses crossbows.
I didn't do DLC.
She
really,
uses
I know
couple
that.
crossbows,
No,
and
I
she's
love
got
that game too. Didn't
she's
do
got a
DLC.
little hood, and her necklace is like a compass.
So what was I? So what? So wait. So let's see here. Okay,
So yeah, it's definitely it was a rehash.
Why are you doing that? I'm finding out right now. So
Yeah, Ancient Stone Tablets was a rehash.
Yeah.
but-
Okay. Well, I'm gonna look this up for a minute while we move along. So give me a second here. So okay.
But there was an original Kirby game, Kirby's Toy Box.
Okay.
I don't know what it was about.
Oh. I'm looking here, and it's... Here we go. Okay, so I'm looking... Does it tell me, like... Here we go. Okay, so apparently who we thought was a girl is a guy. And he's a he's just known only as the hero of light.
Okay, then. Oh,
And
yeah,
it's
I'm
about...
seeing-
And apparently the idea is Link has already left Hyrule.
What a jerk.
I don't know. Is there any more information I can find about this? This is fascinating to me. Hold on, let me see here.
Battle, Ganon.
I just want to know more about the plot. Let me see here. Here we go.
Ganon's it.
Characters.
Just go to Wikipedia. Plot's right there.
Huh.
Well, I think it's amazing that a service like that even existed in the 90s.
Yeah, really. I mean, that's... Huh. That's
you would
really
think
something.
you'd think technology wouldn't have been caught up to that kind of stuff.
Yeah. I mean, that's crazy. There's those type of tactical offerings. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Well, anyway.
They released a lot of games in there too.
Okay.
You know what?
The
I'm out
story
of-
is fine. Huh. All right. Well, I'm done reading about this. It's very interesting. I mean,
Mhm.
huh.
I'm sure you could find a ROM of it somewhere.
Yeah, I'm sure. Anyway,
'Cause
so
it's up on YouTube and stuff. So,
so we got that. We got some random Kirby game that I have no idea about. And what else do we have? Anything else on your list? Ain't like I got a list. So I'm just kind of running through. Any list I tried looking up failed miserably. So
I'm out.
I don't have like...
Oh, look, they had a F-Zero downloadable game on the Saddle View.
Yeah.
It was Lemmings, Mario Paint BS version. Mario Paint bullshit version. That's what it's called. Mario
What?
Paint BS version.
What do you mean? That's gotta be a joke. No, I'm looking now. What?
No, BS was
It's there. I see
that's
it.
what they use for a lot of the games that were released in Saddle View. I don't know what it stands for.
What does BS...
I'm just gonna say bullshit.
Everybody, what does BS stand for? Can we take a poll out there? Let's see. Wait, BS.
Look, Super Famicom Wars BS version.
I'm looking to see what I can find here.
Oh, what? Super Puyo Puyo 2 Remix?
Let's see.
No,
Let me see here.
Oh, look, there's another Zelda, Triforce of the Gods. What was that?
I'm researching on the fly. I'm trying. Because I want to know. I want to know what BS means. Let's see. Here we go. Oh! That's absolutely correct.
Broadcast Satellite?
Yep.
Alright, that's what I thought.
Broadcast satellite. Yeah, okay. Right. Sure, that makes a
That's what I
lot of
was thinking.
sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so it wasn't a pack of fools with random names and horrible acronyms. Great. Okay.
I prefer bullshit.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure the
wanna
attraction
play-
wasn't there.
I want to play Mario Paint bullshit version.
Oh yeah, man. So what do I have here? I'm looking at like lists of stuff, folks, and I don't know what I'm looking at. It's people talking about things like as if I know what they're talking about.
I have no idea what I'm talking
I
about.
apparently
Oh, dude, you remember Arkanoid?
yeah.
Doe It Again? What was up with that name?
What?
It's like Doe, like Homer Simpson Doe.
Oh.
It's called Doe It Again. I
Really?
think the enemy's name is Doe. The head.
I don't know.
I don't know what I'm talking about
I
anymore.
don't know what you're talking about either. So
I
that's
think we
both
need to-
of us.
I think we just need to end
I
this.
just don't know what the hell just happened. Dough. Lots of dough. And there's nothing else because of all my research took me right to Ace Attorney. So that's the problem.
Well, my brain's about fried at this point, so
Yeah, I don't really have much else. Although I will say this real fast, because I did say before we started, I did want to touch on this. So I was, again, thanks to my man Mario getting me some samplings on the Switch because I do not own such a device. I was able to try.
you could. Let's go to Millville right now.
I am not going anywhere to buy anything of the sort. Where was So what's the new Sonic game called again? Because I don't remember.
Sonic Mania.
Yeah, he was saying Sonic Adventure, obviously. So Sonic Mania, I had my sampling of that today, and it is
I
a
can't wait.
really good game.
Oh, sure it is.
Really good game. I mean, I played all through Green Hill Zone, and there's a couple like new worlds in there as well. I think what impressed me was the thing that stuck out to me was the dedication to the authenticity of the classic series. Looks like it,
Feels like
just
it.
with a better color palette.
Oh yeah.
Plays like it, feels like it. Man, those physics are right back where they are.
Yes.
I mean,
I'm
it
so
feels
excited.
just like it. The part that was odd, though, was there are boss fights that I was watching. I only played for a couple of minutes, to be honest. But I was watching some of the boss fights, and there were some issues with the physics in the boss fights. Because
That's
that
okay.
was where because I could tell they were trying to reinvent the boss fight concept. There's actually some cool different versions of boss fights. No spoilers, I won't say anything. But there's a spoiler I will say.
Eh,
Okay? And it's not a plot thing, but are you aware that in this game there are bonus stages, just like in the traditional
of
games?
course.
Okay. Did you know that there were multiple versions of bonus stages per game?
Yeah.
I think it's cool, because see, I didn't read about the game. So I was pretty raw when I tried it, okay?
Well, I saw that the regular bonus stage is the special stage from Sonic 3 where you're collecting the spheres.
Yeah,
and, stuff on the grid.
and they really upped
And I saw that the
playability
actual,
game.
the
Awesome.
special. I saw that the special stage is kind of like a mashup of the different 3D special stages where you're like running and collecting the orbs and
The
just, like,
orbs,
UFOs.
if I'm not mistaken, was from Sonic CD. And it is exactly what it was.
Sonic CD, you just ran around blowing up the UFOs, right?
No, I don't believe
That's
so.
all I remember from CD.
I'm gonna look
But
actually
in
real
Mania,
fast.
I saw Mania like you're racing and hitting the orbs makes you go faster.
What that is when you're doing like that, behind, third person view, kind of like Sonic 2ish, I guess, or whatever, and you get the orbs. The orbs make you go faster. When you get enough orbs, you level up in your speed,
Right.
and you go to the next rank. You gotta get rings. You need rings because the more rings you get, the longer your timer is. So you can be really fast, but with no rings, you run out.
Yeah.
The catch is to keep the timer going, get your speed faster, and eventually catch up with the Eggman thingy that has the emblems.
So
But I want to check.
Mania's special stage is completely original, then, right?
I'm sorry.
Mania's special stage is completely original. It's not taken from another game.
No, like that's what
It's
I'm saying.
kinda mashed
Like,
up, right?
I mean,
it's like all the special stage
redesigned.
concepts matched
Yeah,
up and
well, kinda.
remixed.
I mean, because I'm looking right now at Sonic CD. If I can look this up real fast, and this is just. Can I get? Here we go. Here we go.
Dude, that Mania
Found it.
soundtrack is amazing.
Okay, because I don't remember it that well, so I gotta look. Oh, okay, I'm wrong. So looking at, you're right. There's the UFO thingies. I forgot this. So if anything, that was certainly elements of Sonic CD are in that special stage.
Yeah.
The other one though, you run around collecting the orbs, and I remember doing that before. What Sonic game was
Sonic
it?
3.
Is it Sonic 3 then? Aha. Okay, so I'm gonna go to Sonic 3 because that's where I want to go. And let's see here. Here we go. Okay, let's trigger. Yep, there it is. And it certainly plays the exact same way. We got turn the screen on every quarter turn.
That's cool.
And that doesn't use other elements. I would dare say that's a straight port. Maybe they've redesigned the sets, the stages. I couldn't tell you, but that it's not a straight port. They, the graphics are updated or anything.
Yeah,
but
of
I don't
course,
know.
they built
But
it
I
from
don't know
scratch.
if they did anything different with it. Because I'm looking at it right now. It's certainly the same exact thing.
Yeah.
That's why I got confused. So I got Sonic CD and Sonic 3 backwards. That's what happened here.
Right.
Okay, yeah. No, but the fact that's in there, it's really fun. The feel of the game is right there. I was very impressed with that. I mean, I'm like doing a thing where just after you're done a speed through and you run out of, you run out of velocity. You're not going not velocity. You run out of inertia. You only go so much further, and I'm stuck at the bottom of a hill and I can't run up it, so I gotta do the whole redash again.
Of course.
Like the fact they kept that stuff in there, that was really cool. That was really cool. Yeah.
You gotta have that stuff.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, they had some super mega fans work on this game.
Well, that's what it was. I actually learned a lot
Christian
about
Whitehead.
that today. Yeah. What was his name again?
Christian Whitehead.
Yeah, and you could tell that this guy was just like, "Yo, I got this," and he really did.
And the composer, his name's T. Lopes or something.
Okay.
Oh, dude, the soundtrack is so good.
Oh yeah.
From what I've heard so far.
Oh yeah, it's great. No, it's great. It's absolutely great.
fantastic.
Yeah, it is. No, I mean,
I can't wait to start it tonight.
I mean, it's crazy. I mean, it's crazy. It's really you'll have a blast with it. It is that good. I tell people if I don't. We've griped about Sonic many a show already here, and
Yes, we have.
And my thing is, if you like classic Sonic, you have to like classic Sonic. If you don't like classic Sonic, don't get this game. You'll cry. But if you like
What's with the
classic Sonic,
graphics?
you
Why
know
isn't Sonic talking?
exactly. But if you like classic
Where's his
Sonic,
attitude?
yes, and hopefully you do like classic Sonic.
This is ancient.
Oh my god! And this should work. I mean, it would work for you. It's a great game. I tell everybody should get this game.
I'm a huge mega fan of the Genesis Sonics and CD.
Yeah.
So I'm really looking forward to
This
this.
is really. I mean, it's there. It's there. So anyway, do I have anything else to say?
I don't.
I don't either. I don't think so.
I just want to play freshly picked Tingle's Rosy Rupee Land. That's all I have to say.
That is fabulous. And again, I'm going to do my weekly pump to tell people to, in terms of modern games, please go play Persona 5. I finally got back into that again, really getting into it, getting close to the end of the game, and it is fabulous because I was playing it last night for just a couple of minutes, and I had one plot thing that happened, and you learned about no spoilers. I don't want to give up any Persona spoilers. I was probably learned the internet, I'm sure, but I'm not gonna be that guy. And when you find out, one of the bad guys, and you just got their backstory from their perspective, and just a couple lines of dialogue, and man, this villain, so far in the game, they really screwed me. And you feel bad. And I was like, that is so good. I love that. Give me more. Give me more of that, please. Jeez. Oh, man. Play it. Everybody should play that game. Play it. Don't know if you get DLC, because I don't care about wearing
Do I need
outfits
to
from our
play
games, but
Personas 1 through 4 to understand 5 or no?
no. And see, that's the thing about Persona
Sounds like Final
is
Fantasy.
every game, I believe every single game is independent from each other. They don't have connections. I could be wrong with that. There is a connection, say, from like 3 to 4. I don't know. But they're all independent. And that's one of the key reasons I took a gamble on 5. I read all the great reviews and the fact you didn't need, like the combat system and the system with your relationships with the monsters and everything.
Is
That's
it turn-based
the same.
RPG?
It is a turn-based RPG.
Okay.
It is a total turn-based RPG. And it is and that's probably why I jumped into 5, because I didn't have Persona 5 on my radar at all. I'm like, it's Persona 5. All right, cool. But after I read reviews, I looked at some footage. I said, man, this thing's really tweaked out. And I wanted to give it a go. And it is such a fun game. And the soundtrack is excellent. And you can go on the internets. And another thing I learned today.
Interwebs.
Okay. All right. I learned a lot of things today, people. There are popular songs that have been remixed using the background beat. The background beat is actually the regular fight music in Persona 5. And they were able to remix certain songs into it. One of them was Bruno Mars. Forget which song it was. I want to say oh gosh, I forget right now. But I listened to it. It's just the song, and it has the background beat of Persona 5 in it. And man, it works. It's crazy. I was like, yo, this is great. Why is this not like a real thing? Oh my God. Oh, it's really crazy. Really crazy, folks. Look it up. I'm looking it up right now because I feel like it. Excuse me. Let's see here.
Oh, you know what just came out? Patapon. Have you played that? Okay.
Shut up.
Is it a good game?
Shut up.
No?
Shut up. Shut up. No. Okay,
It's like a rhythm game, right?
That's the problem.
I love rhythm games.
Uptown Surprise. Here it is. Yup, there it is. Oh, excuse me. I'm just going to I don't want to violate rules, so I'm going to just unmute my laptop just here a couple seconds of this goodness for myself because I must.
Nice.
Yeah, that's it. Oh my God, I love it. I want more of it. Oh my God, I love it. Okay, so anyway,
That was in Persona 5?
It's Uptown Surprise. Uptown. It's called Uptown Surprise. It's Uptown Funk, and it's Uptown Funk and right. Okay, I'm wrong. Right. Well, okay, because I don't want the internet's attacking me. Uptown Funk was Mark Ronson. It featured Bruno Mars. That's what it is.
Okay.
So it featured Bruno Mars. So and they took the actual song. It is Uptown Funk. Very popular song. They took that song, and you see the trick is you have to know what's going on, because you just listen to it regularly. You're not really going to pick up what's going on. But what it is, they took the fight music and they mixed it as the bass beat, and they laid the song on top, and they time it with the rhythm of the fight song, and it is really good. Oh, it's so good. Oh, so good. So I want to put a couple seconds. Don't want to violate the rules. I think it's 10 or 15 seconds of fair use or something like that, folks. So please no one throw the book at us,
Oh man, we're gonna get sued.
No, we'll just edit out the cast. We'll edit out the cast.
Man.
We'll edit out the cast.
This is far off.
I can try singing it myself, but no one will care.
This is far off in another tangent, but
Tangents.
they updated Super Mario Odyssey's box art, and there was a little picture of a Mexican Mario with a sombrero.
Where is Mexican Mario now?
Well, they replaced the picture with Scuba Diver Mario.
What?
For reasons unknown.
So are we saying that Mexican Mario was...
He just wasn't hitting home with consumers.
So he was deported and we went with Scuba Mario?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know about this, Nintendo. Come on, man. This is a sensitive topic here. Let's not go this far, please.
Yeah, I didn't want to jump into that too
Really?
far. I just wanted to mention it.
I'm just gonna look. I gotta look right now. What game is this again? It's
Mario Odyssey.
Mario Odyssey, right? Because I can never keep those titles right ever. Let me see here. Box art, and here we go. Huh. So I'm looking here.
No one likes Mexican Mario.
Why? I want answers, man. I
You
see
better
what's going
start
on, but
emailing Nintendo.
they're not gonna pay attention to me. I barely pay attention to me. The mega company's gonna pay attention to me? What the heck? Hey, mate, I'll send me like a nice like standard reply. I'm looking at him in the game. Who doesn't want to see this guy? He looks adorable.
Now, what I'm wondering is if this updated box art is just
He's
for
got
the,
a little minion with a maraca.
if
Okay,
it's
I'm sorry.
just
What?
for the U.S. release, or if they did that in Japan as well.
Don't know.
That would be kind of interesting.
I don't know. Where's?
Because if it's just for the U.S., then Donald Trump.
No, I'm not. No.
He built that
No.
wall around Mario.
Oh.
Sorry, Mario.
Instead, we get Scuba Mario. Where's? I'm still looking for Scuba Mario. I don't see that version yet. I'm looking. So,
All right, this rambling needs to end.
where is it? I don't see it. Oh, I see that one. Where's the updated version? What? Show me this updated version now. Bring it up on your computer. Where is this?
Oh my gosh.
I don't see it. I want to know what Scuba Mario is. You open your mouth about this, and I want to know. Now let's see.
This podcast has gone askew.
I want to know. I see
In the
Mexican
worst way
Mario. Where's
possible.
Scuba Mario? All I see is the hat with the eyes. Why the hell's the hat the eyes? Oh, I see. He's not Scuba. He's wearing it. That's not Scuba. He's got an air tube
Whatever.
on
It's
his
not
face.
Mexican Mario.
He just needs some
That's the
floaties.
point.
He's good to go. And he's not Scoobying. He's in the baby pool. He's in the kiddie pool. That's not Scuba Mario. That's kiddie pool Mario. On the street, as we call KPM. What up, KPM?
All right, folks. Well, that's all the time we have this
KPM.
week. I don't know what the hell happened.
Patapon. Oh, Patapon, folks, is just a rhythm game. It looks really cool. It has a really cool layout.
we're back
It's
on that
kinda
now?
Catchy
No,
until
it's
you
a-
realize
no,
it's a
this-
rhythm game. Okay.
Well,
I had
folks,
the
you can
first
always
one.
email us at resumegamepodcast@gmail.com. If you have any questions, comments, or insults, I'm sure you have plenty.
Can't possibly have questions,
this-
folks. You
no.
can't. You can't have
No, I
questions.
can't imagine anyone would.
This little guy's got maracas. He looks so cute. Skull guy. He's got maracas or something going on here. He looks so cute.
Until next time, I'm Lee. This is Corn Muffin, or whatever the hell you called yourself in the beginning.
Nooks and crannies, baby.
And that's all.